beginning.
Good evening and welcome to this very special Alpine evening. My name is Danny Herbert and I'm a sports journalist specialized in motorsports, and I can tell you that it's an honor for me to be here with you tonight to launch this first ever BWT Alpine F1 Team car. So, as everyone may know, Alpine is a historic name with successes, of course, in different forms of motorsport. And for tonight, this is a unique opportunity for the brand to tell you that it has been reinvented since 2017, but it continues to project itself into the future with a brand new horizon, but also with its new title partner, BWT, and other valued partners for the first time. In 2022, you know, of course, that Formula One is entering a new era with new cars, new regulations, but also new challenges. New challenges that Alpine has to seize this year, and it's another reason to push the boundaries of technology and entertainment, but also excitement on the track. Now, I know that you're all waiting for a glimpse of the A522, but you're gonna have to wait because it is now being prepared in Barcelona as we speak. But we have a speaker tonight that has been in Barcelona, has just flown in this afternoon, and he will tell us everything about it, don't worry. Well, I think it's now time to launch this evening. To discuss the latest step of Alpine, I invite on stage next to me Luca de Meo, Chief Executive Officer of Renault Group, and Laurent Rossi, Chief Executive Officer of Alpine. Hello. Good evening to both of you. It's a pleasure to have you with us tonight. What an event. So happy to be all gathered today. Luca, how does it feel to be presenting this first ever BWT Alpine F1 Team car, second ever Alpine F1 car here tonight in Paris?
Of course, it's also a way to show how close is Alpine and the Formula One project to the heart of our company, which is historically based in Paris. So we are the team that defends the blue colors that historically are the colors of French racing. I would say now blue and pink with the cooperation of Andrea's team. So it's La Vie en Rose with the blue, like
Absolutely.
Laurent. So I think it's a great opportunity. Palais de Tokyo is a legendary place. It's a cultural place, but also I think sports is culture. So it's great to be here, and I'm really looking forward to the start of the season.
After 1 year in with Alpine last year in Formula One, what can you tell us about the season 2021? Are you satisfied with the F1 involvement?
I think with the team, they did a great job. I have to say that probably the base they started with was not the ideal one from a technical point of view, at least what we understood. But I think that we did P5 because of the effort of all the team, of Laurent, all the team, all the technicians, all the engineers, and of course the drivers. They made a big difference. So we knew that it would be somehow
a long journey.
Exactly. So it's a kind of a marathon to the top, but we are determined to every year progress, and we'll see what will happen in 2022.
So we can say that you're satisfied with the performance of the team until now?
No, the team has done a really great job last year. Mm-hmm. We had to learn a lot of things. We had to make a lot of decisions to structure the organization, understand what was the strategy, the investments, the thing. But I think they really did a fantastic job. And what I really liked is the spirit that I saw kind of developing. And one of the images I like more the whole season was Fernando hugging Esteban
yes.
when he won, and that kind of spirit I think is exactly the spirit I want to see in the team, because competition is okay, but we have to be fair, and the brotherhood is also important to create the glue amongst the members of the team. It's important to me.
Absolutely, the blue family. Thank you very much, Luca. Laurent, so Laurent, let's come back on this incredible 2021 year. I think we can reasonably say that you have fulfilled your objectives and your mission.
Yeah, absolutely. First, let me take this opportunity to thank everyone with us tonight, everyone here in the Palais de Tokyo, but also the people on YouTube and our event platform. Thank you for being with us. I want to thank all of our partners, the loyal ones and the new ones. We wouldn't be able to do anything without you guys. When it comes to your question, last year, it was the first year for Alpine as a business unit, the first full year, the first year in Formula One. So the goal was to set the foundations for this year with the new technical regulations. We did just that. We learned throughout the entire year. We learned what worked well, what didn't, what we needed to consolidate, what we needed to improve, reinforce. We even learned how to win a game. So we put all of this together, managed to score 20 races out of 22, which is really remarkable.
Absolutely.
And managed to retain, as Luca said, the 5th position, which was the objective. So yeah, mission accomplished.
And what are your ambitions for 2022?
Well, we must keep on learning. We must keep on improving performance. The journey back to the top, the 100-race journey, requires that we progress along the way, every step of the way. So at the very least, sporting-wise, that means that we need to aim for 5th at the very least. So far, we've hit our development targets in Enstone and in Viry. But we have to be realistic. The new technical regulations will change the entire landscape, if you will. The cars are going to be reshuffled.
And it's exciting for spectators.
It is exciting, for sure, and it's a chance, it's an opportunity. But we only know where we are once we hit the track, all of us. Well, in the meantime, we've put our best foot forward. What matters the most, again, is progress. We have a roadmap, a clear roadmap. So irrespective of where we start the season, the most important is where we're going to be at the end, the progress we will have made towards the top, towards the top of the podium. Momentum is key.
Absolutely. So what are the main changes within the team for this year to come, 2022?
Yeah, to address all of those changes and keep on making progress, what we've done is considerably reinforce the team. It's been strengthened a lot. On the technical side, first and foremost, the car. We've appointed Pat Fry as Chief Technical Officer, and we have a new technical director, Matt Harmon. These two will form a very strong and complementary duo that will be very capable of overseeing technical operations and performance development on and off track. And that's really a key element of the performance. In Viry, we have Bruno Famin leading the power unit operations. His job will be, of course, to support Formula One for the current engine development, but also for the future regulations, but also to deliver high-performance powertrains for all of our motorsports endeavors, such as LMDH.
Okay.
And last but not least, I'm very honored, very happy to welcome with us Otmar Szafnauer as our new team principal. Otmar will bring acknowledged experience, proven leadership, and much needed team building skills to take us to the next level. So you see, our A team is led by A people.
I like that. Well, so as we look forward to 2022, we're going to take a moment to see actually what you're building on from 2021. As you heard from Laurent, we're going to invite the team principal on stage. Please join me, Otmar Szafnauer. Good evening, Otmar.
Good evening, and thank you, Laurent, and thank you, Luca. It's great to be here, and such an honor to step on the stage with the Alpine Formula One team. I should say the BWT Alpine Formula One team.
Absolutely, we have to get used to this new name, definitely. Over 24 years of Formula One experience, I guess you have seen a lot of teams and staff. What kind of potential do you see in this particular team?
Well, I've had the I was going to say pleasure, but the displeasure of racing against these formidable competitors.
Absolutely.
And, I remember too well when they beat us in Hungary and didn't put a foot wrong. And for that, I congratulate them that they are such competitors, a group of racers, and I look forward to joining them and helping them not just beat the Aston Martins of this world, but everybody else on track.
What do you think you can bring to the team? Moreover, your expertise.
I'll bring my style of collaborative leadership. I heard Luca mention the glue that keeps us all together is very important. And I too feel that the glue that keeps us all together pointing in the right direction is key to this, and I try to bring a really strong glue. So my style of leadership, collaborativeness, and trustfulness within the organization.
Well, thank you very much, Otmar. Thank you, all of you. Laurent, Luca, you'll come a bit after this reveal for words of conclusion. Thank you very much. Now, let's welcome the big stars, of course, the BWT Alpine F1 Team drivers. Please, under your big applause, Fernando, Alonso, Esteban, Ocon, and Oscar Piastri. Hello to all three. You were a few hours ago in Barcelona and you're going to be doing the test tomorrow. I guess you're really excited. Fernando, let's start with you. Successful year in 2021 after your return. What are your feelings about this season?
Yeah. Hello, good evening, everyone. And 2021 it was a good season for us. Esteban won a race. I was back in the podium, and it was a kind of continuation from the 2020 performance from Renault. And it was, an amazing season for Alpine into Formula One, as I said, with this victory. And it felt also that we made a lot of progress. I think the team is now stronger if we compare to 12 months ago, and I think we are ready for the challenge of this year.
We can't wait to see you all on the start line. Esteban, what about you? You entered the winner's circle last year. Were you ready for that?
Well, we definitely worked for that, Sandy, but definitely felt great, to have such results. My win in Hungary for sure, Fernando's podium in Qatar. We had some, great races. It was a good season, but we definitely want to, push, keep progressing, keep having those results on a more frequent basis. Basically, you said it. I just flew from Barcelona. I've seen, the mechanics building the car, the quality of work, and this year is all about going to be progressing, our way through. That's what Laurent was saying, progress.
Hello, good evening, Oscar. So you're joining the team as a reserve driver. Could you tell us what is a reserve driver in Formula One?
Yes, so obviously, firstly, if one of these two can't drive for whatever reason, then it'll be my turn to step in. But also, I guess a very important aspect of my role is to ultimately try and help them make the car as fast as possible. So a lot of my work will be on the simulator back at the factory, and try and propel the team as far forward as I can.
Thank you. Fernando, we were talking about new regulations. Do you think that's a real game changer?
I hope so. I think
we want it.
Yeah. I mean, I came back to the sport in 2020 because of these regulations. So it has been 1 year and a half waiting for these cars. And I think the team did an amazing job in the last year, building this car in Enston and BD. So we are all very motivated.
Esteban, so you're going to test the car tomorrow. We have new cars, new regulations. Does that make you eager, stressed, excited? What's your state of mind?
I think excitement. I mean, we are going to be driving that car for the first time, obviously, tomorrow, but we've been working with it for a long time now. Making the seat, driving it in the simulator. There's been a huge amount of hours from both Viry and Enstone working on that car. So it's going to be pure pleasure for us to be driving it for the first time. It's an honor as well to be, taking the pit limiter off and releasing the power out of the car. It's always a special moment. And I can't wait for it to happen tomorrow.
Yeah, well, that's in a few hours. Oscar, what can you learn from those two incredible drivers?
There's a lot to learn. Obviously that's going to be another important role for me this year, is to try and learn as much as I can, because I obviously want to be full-time on the grid for next year. What better drivers? Obviously Fernando, two-time world champion, and Esteban, a race winner now. I was with the team in Qatar when Fernando finished on the podium, so I've experienced the joy in the podium from the other side, and I want to try and be able to experience that myself too.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. It was special for us. You're going to be going back to Barcelona tonight or tomorrow morning. We wish you all the best. Victories are down the road. We'll definitely be in front of our TVs on the 20th of March for the beginning of the season for the Bahrain Grand Prix. And we will, of course, be on the band of races side cheering on for you guys. Just so you know, pink actually suits you very well. Enjoy your season. Thank you very much. Please applause for those incredible drivers. Well, we can't wait any longer. We want to see the astonishing one, the powerful one. Here it is. Thank you very much, Urban Theory Italian Dance Squad. Thank you so much. Well, here it is. Please round of applause for this incredible car. It's so breathtaking. Wow. Oh my. Oh my. It's absolutely beautiful. It's actually also the first time I see it because during rehearsal it was under a big quilt. So, oh my God, sorry, I have to come back on my emotions. Okay, I propose that we hear actually from the Alpine's technical director to dig a little bit more into this duel. Matt Harmon, please come on stage. Hi, Matt. Congratulations.
Hi,
this is an amazing car. Tell us what are the main changes for 2022. If you can take us around the car, that would be great.
Of course. So firstly, before we start, welcome everybody. Welcome this evening. So as you can see, this is our 2022 show car. I've just actually flown in from Barcelona, where we're currently building the A522 in readiness for our filming day tomorrow. So what we thought we would take you through a little bit of technical detail on the car to try and explain a little bit about the differences, not only between this car and the A522, but also its predecessor, the A521. So starting at the front of the car, we have the front wing. You can see that the main plane of the front wing directly couples straight into the nose, providing a slightly different structure and something that we had to optimize for safety reasons. Moving a little bit further down the car, you get to the front axle. You'll notice a push rod front suspension. You'll also notice a mandated aero fairing that comes over the top of the wheels. That is to control and mandate some of those flow structures. If we move a little bit further rearward, we get to a section of the car that we had on the A521, which had a hell of a lot of detail in it. You would have noticed there was a lot of turning vanes and a lot of outwashing behavior that was happening in there. That's been replaced. It's actually been removed by regulation. It's been replaced by the inlet to the diffuser. You'll notice the inlet to the diffuser is very large. There are some turning vanes inside there that allow us to control that flow structure as it guides through the diffuser and out the rear of the car. Also, one big point for this is the actual chassis itself, the monocoque. That is actually significantly stronger than its predecessor for safety reasons. And the team at Enstone have done a fantastic job of ensuring that it's a competitive mass, but also maintaining that homologation requirement, ensuring that it is safe for our drivers. We move a little bit further on and we get to the side pod area. The side pod area here and also the edge of the floor. This is quite a key set of flow structures for us on this car because we've lost some of these barge board areas. And this is something to keep an eye out for as you look at all the different cars and of course ours to see what people are taking in terms of direction. Underneath the bodywork, we've worked incredibly hard to make sure that we optimize the volume of the equipment that's underneath, the bits and pieces that we need to make sure the car can run at all different ambient conditions, the cooling system, for example. This has been reduced inside quite considerably, around about 15% smaller than its predecessor, which allows us to have full authority on the aerodynamic surfaces as we move to the rear of the car. The power unit, a massive undertaking. We started looking at our power unit back in 2019 to make sure that we'd understood the type of power unit we'd like for this car. We took some bold moves, some bold concepts. We've split the turbo, we've put the compressor and the turbine at each end of the engine. We've optimized the structure. We've optimized the engine for the new fuel in conjunction with our partners, BP Castrol, to ensure that we maintain the performance of the engine, even with that 10% requirement in biofuel. We also have lighter MGUs, the electric machines, the motor generator units, both in terms of the unit sitting in between the compressor and the turbine, but also the unit that is the kinetic unit, which is on the side of the engine. That's lighter and more efficient. As we move further along the car, we get to the rear axle and the rear wing. You'll notice it's significantly more curved than the predecessor. We would normally have flat end plates on the end there. And we actually also have a single pylon arrangement on our car, which you'll see tomorrow, in replacement of the dual system that you see here. Now I'd like to talk a little bit about the tyres. So we have 18-inch tyres, 18-inch rims on this car. We also have wheel covers, which gives us a thermodynamic problem to solve. But most importantly, we've been working tirelessly with our partners Pirelli to make sure we understand the tyres. We've done dry testing, we've done some wet weather testing, and the whole idea of that is to take the car through its different zones and different operating envelopes to make sure that we understand it. That data then gets applied to our simulator. The simulator also applies the wind tunnel data. We put those two things together in conjunction with Fernando, Esteban and Oscar to drive that car in a simulated environment to give us feedback, not only for when we race it and when we test it tomorrow, but also during the design of the car to make decisions on the setup. So that is a pretty decent overview of the full system of the car. And to be quite honest, we're very excited to see it run for the first time tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Matt, for this overview of the car. How have you had to adapt the team to the new challenges with these new regulations?
Yeah, it's been an incredibly challenging time.
I guess.
What with COVID and the new set of regulations, but also the fact we needed to also design the RS20 and the A521 at the same time. We started with the design and layout of this car in 2019, and we worked on highlighting the key technologies within it, and also working out how those collaborations would need to be formed more closely as a works team. We are the works team for Alpine, and it's really important that we work that way. So between Viry and Enstone, we pulled ourselves closer together. We made sure we used technology to be more collaborative, to make sure that the senior engineers, the key experts in certain areas, were talking directly to each other. I think it was massively important for the development of the car. The aerodynamic development was actually paused due to COVID and started on January the 1st, 2021. Okay. We were ready for that. We put a lot of work in 2020 to make sure that on January the 1st, in fact, Fernando offered his services on the 1st of January to run the tunnel for us. We were ready. We were ready to run straight away, and we've done some well in excess of 2,000 wind tunnel runs on this car to optimize every single surface that you see in front of you. We worked really, really carefully on those collaborations, and I think it's a key point. For our roadmap for the future, we need to be working more closely together. We need to be making sure we leave no stone unturned, and we need to be working on the development of this car hand in hand.
Do you think this will see more competitive running in 2022?
I think in 2021 it was a vintage year. We saw a lot of convergence on the grid. In the particular area that we were operating in, there was very small differences between the places in terms of timing and qualifying in particular. So, you know, I think it's going to be very interesting to see where we get to. We had some great successes last year, I think, with Fernando and Esteban. We converted some really, really good races, both in Hungary and Qatar, and I think that's a massive momentum for our team moving forward.
Thank you very much, Matt. Matt Harmon, please. Thank you, beautiful car. Thank you very much. Now let's move to a major issue for all of us human beings. It's, of course, the sustainability of our world. And Alpine brand is deeply committed to leave the planet as beautiful as it is now for the next generations. BWT Alpine F1 is bringing the answer to F1 along with the other partners. I'm inviting on stage Andreas Weitenbacher. He is CEO of BWT and he has a big surprise. You have to stay with us another few minutes. And Slavek Radan, Vice President Strategic Partnerships, BP Castrol. Good evening to both of you. Thank you for joining us. So, Slavik, thank you. We're really happy to have you on stage with us. I think you have a few words in French.
Yeah, one, bonjour.
That's
So
already
don't
a good
expect
start.
too much from me, that's all. Good evening, pleasure to be here. I can tell you, I don't know what I will be doing for the rest of my career in BP, but I know this event will be the highlight of my career in BP. Definitely, it's great pleasure to be here, great pleasure to share with you the passion we have for performance and technology, the passion which we very much share with Alpine F1 Team.
So tell us, how have BP and Castrol managed to actually develop this engine of the new A522? How did you manage all this together?
So Sandy, now we are getting into the difficult technology language, and I'm not an engineer, but I know we've been...
The big lines, what are the big lines?
We've been working very closely with Alpine F1 Team on the power unit and all the fluids going into it. Mm-hmm. The aim is very simple. The aim is to better performance and more sustainable car. What's new for 22? Fuel.
Yeah, the fuel.
E10 fuel, which is actually brings performance benefit and it's more sustainable. It's made of methanol, non-food biomass. The other thing is thermal fluid, which which cools down the hybrid unit and optimizes energy efficiency. The interesting story here, actually this fluid is used now in Castrol On range, and Castrol On is our new range for electric vehicles, so good example of practical applications of working with F1 Team.
How are Castrol and BP going to help Alpine, the BWT Alpine F1 Team, achieve their objective of net zero?
Look, the purpose of BP is very simple, is reimagine energy for people and the planet and get to net zero by 2050 or sooner and help the world to get to net zero. So as we scale up our low carbon businesses, we are working with Renault Group and Alpine on solutions, on the race to road solution, which are important not only for our customers, but for all of us actually. So we are very excited about the challenge of decarbonizing motorsport and F1.
Thank you very much, Slavik. Yeah. Andreas, good evening. Your group actually manages and provides products, water treatment systems and services for all sorts of activities, such as drinking water, pharmaceutical, heating water, etc. You are one of the top leaders in sustainable development in your market. So why this partnership with Alpine? Tell us all about it.
Yeah, BWT takes more and more a leading role on our globe via taking care of our common, most important elixir of life of water. And our mission is for you and Planet Blue, and via the similarities of our strategies, strategy of Alpine and BWT in the relation of sustainability, it is such a perfect strategic fit, and not only the chemistry of the people fits perfectly together. I have made so many positive experiences also in the beginning of our cooperation, so that I am super enthusiastic, and we will color the world a little bit pink, more pink than today, and the really shiny blue Alpine color, the outstanding one, takes care of that with the fantastic team.
As your partnership is supposed to last several seasons, I guess that you're going to be working very closely with the teams. How are you going to manage this for both of your companies?
Yeah, to joining the forces for doing a much better awareness and fighting together for sustainability. This makes us together important, and we love to attract many more people around the world with our mission, changing the world sip by sip and making every day the world a little bit better. This is what I love to do also with our investment here. And at this stage I have to thank Luca that he had the courage to start the cooperation with this little Austrian company BWT. And for sure, Laurent and his team made it possible. So I am thankful, and we will be full of support of this wonderful team, and especially the great car with unique drivers.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Just when you thought it was all over, we have another surprise, and it comes from Andreas. Andreas, you stay with me. Slavik, thank you very much. Have a good season. Thank you. So, Andreas, we've been... come next to me.
Oh, I'm a little bit shy. You know, the Austrians...
Come here.
Thank you very much. Now It works.
Okay,
Thank
we
you,
have been
thank you.
teasing for the people watching and the people here in this room a big surprise. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a good one to tell stories which are hidden. And for sure, my big dream is to do everything in pink. Honestly, I can imagine you are very unique. Everybody will agree here. And in pink, it would be more shiny. So hopefully, also with you, it's more room for improvement. And the team of Alpine made it possible. And it will be astonishing. And it's a touching momentum for me. Really, thanks again. You really touched my heart. And the soul is anyhow fighting for all this wonderful stuff and this company. So, yeah, let's start with the surprise.
The surprise is just behind there in the big screens.
We will see.
What a bright color! It's amazing. Andres, what? Tell us, wow, look, and it's actually shining at the same time. That could not be a better timing. It's astonishing. I love it. I love it, and everyone's really happy here. Andres, what's the symbolic of this color on this car? I guess there must be a real strong symbolic for you.
Yeah, at least Esteban will remember, and I hope he will do an outperformance with this great machine, with this great car. The symbolic of that is much more than a color. Pink stands for a big vision to make the world every day a little bit better. It stands for sustainability. It stands for our slogan for You and Planet Blue. If a company like ours, and we are all together in a happy momentum, we are living in a nice place here on our globe, and as long as we do not see a realistic opportunity to fly to another planet where we have a similar good life like we have here, that long we have to take care of this planet. And to do that, we started this mission, Change the World, sip by sip, and avoiding the single-use plastic. And the color to spread this message around is pink. And so I'm very happy that Luca has taken the courage and spread with us via Alpine and via his all other companies, hopefully, this big idea in pink, which stands for sustainability, for social responsibility. Let's spread this idea around the world and make the world really a little bit better. For sure, we have to do a good business. BWT is not an NGO, by far not. We have to work hard also to be a good partner, also a financial partner for Alpine, and it's a pure pleasure of my whole team over the world to be supportive. And yeah, let's color the world pink, and it's a big gift where we are very thankful to the big boss and to his team that in Bahrain as well as in Saudi Arabia we will have a pink race car. Exactly. And I wish the two heroes, the drivers, good luck, and it's in your hands and in your pedals. So full speed ahead.
Thank you very much, Andreas. The first two races, we will see this beautiful car.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And next time, I'll wear a pink, of course. I'll wear a pink jacket.
I hope so.
Well, all good things come to an end at one point, and we're coming at the end of our life. We're calling Luca and Laurent for words of conclusion on stage. So, Luca, maybe you, as a reveal wrap-up, what would you like to add to everything that has been said for the people watching us tonight?
No, not much to add. I just wish all the people that love Formula One, a great season. I think it's a great sport. is actually going like this, also because of some heroes like Oscar, Fernando, Esteban. I hope that we can contribute to make the show greater, the world more sustainable. Actually, he thinks that we choose him for the color, but actually we chose him because he comes from the Alps. He's Austrian. So Alpine Alps, that's the reason, no? Yeah? This is the reason, yeah. But with Andreas and all the sponsors and BP, I think we're going to have a great season. We're going to try to improve, okay? And I think we are humble, but we're not missing ambition. It's a very, very serious project. It's a long-term project. We have I would say, big group behind all the team, and you are very, very close to my heart, and you will make my weekends very, very busy and exciting as last year. I'll be there.
We'll all be there.
Possible.
Thank you, Luca. Laurent, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, sure. Well, I want to thank Luca first and foremost for the support and the personal involvement. That's a big motivation, a big push. When it comes to entering this new phase, I want to thank the Group Renault as well. We're part of the Group Renault, and it's full support. That's what makes us competitive. The challenges ahead are significant, but we've assembled a lot of key building blocks in just a year, so we feel quite confident. Before we part, I wanted to thank the communication and marketing teams at Alpine for putting this brilliant event together. Really shout out to you guys, it's amazing. And I want to thank all of the people, every single employee in Viry and Enstone for having worked extremely hard the entire, last year, the entire winter during the break. They didn't have a break, they're still working around the clock for getting us ready for the new and exciting season. So really thank you guys. I'm so proud to be leading this team. It's fantastic.
Thank you very much for your words of conclusion. Thank you to everyone for being here tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We definitely have a very exciting season to come. We will be in front of our TV on the 20th of March for the Grand Prix of Bahrain with this blue vibes, this blue color and pink in our hearts, right? We can't wait to see those two amazing cars on the start line. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care. See you very soon.
Allez Alpine!